Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Freedy Crossing and Friends. I am Freedy. This is my partner and co-host, $2 Bill, aka Logan. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys?
First off, we'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter. Hopefully, you guys got to spend some time with friends and family, had a nice big meal, and now you guys can chill out and spend a little time watching us. And hopefully, you guys enjoy this video. We're going to do something a little different, as I'm sure you can tell by looking at the screen. We are going to do a villager ranking of every villager in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm really looking forward to this. How about you, Log?
I think I am too. I
It's
get to
gonna
check
be,
out all the villagers that are out there because I haven't seen all of them yet.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. There is a whole lot of them, so we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. Before we get going, this is our opinions. If we don't like your favorite villager, we apologize in advance. And if you don't agree with us, leave a comment. Let us know where you think we went wrong or where you think we went right. And so I would say, without any further ado, let's get into this. We have a long way to go. So our first villager, Log, is Admiral. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cranky bird. I've never had him on my island. To me, he's a solid C, though. He's not terrible looking, and the crankies are kind of fun. I think C. What do you think?
I think so too.
Okay. Next, we have Agent S, who is the peppy squirrel. This one, I think, without her little costume, I would assume that she's absolutely adorable, but I don't know because we can't see her. I would still say C just because I don't love the
Costume.
Yeah. I would say C as well, but probably ahead of Admiral.
Can't move him.
Yeah, just move Admiral. You have to move Admiral behind her, I think.
Okay.
There you go. Next is Agnes. I really like the pig. She's a sisterly. I have had her personally, and I really liked her. I will put her. I say she's a solid B.
Yeah, I kind of like the look and.
She has a cool house. It's like super nice on the inside. So I think she's a good villager, and I'm high on the pigs personally. Next, we get to who's our next one? Alfonso.
Yeah.
Where? Okay, so Alfonso is an alligator. He's lazy. The alligators, I don't love them, but I don't hate them. I don't like that his catchphrase is "It's a me," and he's like a Mario knockoff. I would give Alfonso a D.
But wouldn't that be kind of like Alfonso? Or would that be? Never mind.
Would that be who?
I'm thinking of something else. The Fonz.
I got you.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't love Alfonso personally. Who do we get next? Alice?
Yeah.
Alice, normal koala. The koalas are super cute. She's a normal and just kind of boring to me. I think she's a middle of the pack C villager. What do you think?
Oh, she's kind of cute, but I can't really tell what she is.
Yeah, doesn't do a lot. Next, we have Allie, a snooty alligator, and she has some makeup, and it is something. I do not love her at all. I would say it's our second D.
Yeah, I agree.
Next is Al, and Al is a very unfortunate villager. One, he's a gorilla, and those are not great. And two, he is just hideous looking. I would say he's our first F. He's definitely worse than the alligators that we have.
Yeah, the game did no favors for Al.
Not even a little bit. Next,
Amelia?
Amelia.
Yeah.
Snooty Eagle. I've had her before. I think she's a solid villager. She's not great. She's not terrible. She's just the middle of the pack. And I think we're going to find a lot of these because there's so many that there's a lot that are just sort of middle of the road. So I'm going to say C, probably around that Alice Agent S area. She's probably a little better than Admiral, but she's just there, in my opinion. Next we have Annabelle. Peppy Anteater. I'm not super high on the anteaters. I don't have as much hate for them as some people do. But once again, she just doesn't do much for me. She's a C, in my opinion.
Yeah, seems better than the other anteaters, but
Yeah,
definitely
but
stands out.
at the end of the day, just not much.
Yeah.
Anchovy is next. Lazy Bird. He's not got a whole lot going on. Nothing jumps out at me that makes me love him. I've seen him several times. Never taken him. Middle of the road, C villager.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot in the C tier.
Yeah. This C tier is going to get awfully crowded awfully fast, I think. Who do we have next?
Angus.
I have had Angus before. He is a cranky bull, and he's not bad. He's not great. He's your run-of-the-mill cranky. Nothing stands out. Another C villager.
Anna Cody.
I do not like the mice. There's a couple that I think are okay. Anacati is not one. I would throw her in D tier and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, she's not even one of the good mice. If there
Yeah.
were one.
Yeah, not at all. So next is Anka. And this might be kind of my first hot take. A lot of people are really high on Anka. I have had her. If you were doing a desert theme or had a desert area, I can see where you would want her. Other than that, she just doesn't do anything for me. I'm not a huge fan of her Cleopatra headdress with the snake on it. And other than that one very specific use for her, I don't think she fits a lot of themes. I'm gonna say she's a low C. Like a pretty low C. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to fit her on my next island.
If you have like a desert area, you can do some cool stuff with her. The inside of her house looks like an Egyptian temple, and she has pyramids and sphinxes and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of neat, but it's you have to be very specific on what you got going on there.
Yeah.
Who do we have next? Annalise.
Yeah.
Normal anteater. D. She's just a D. I don't know what's going on with her face, and all I can say is she's a D. And then now we have the horse Annalise, who I think is a little bit cuter than the anteater. Snooty horse. I've never had her. Ran into her a few times. If you were doing a farm, she might be kind of neat. But for me, C. Just nothing special about her.
Antonio.
Jock Anteater. Out of the anteaters, he might be my favorite. But he's just not great. C tier. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just don't love him.
It's an anteater.
Yep. Apollo is a great villager. That's the next one. He's a cranky. I've had him a couple of times. As far as the crankies go, he doesn't really cause a lot of trouble with the other ones. So he's a lot of fun. He's a good villager. I'd say he's a solid B.
Definitely above the rest.
Yeah. I think him and Agnes are about the same. They're right there at that same. They're better than everybody else on the list. And now we have Apple. Apple to me is absolutely adorable. I have her on my island now. I've had her on other islands. I love her. She's a peppy. I don't love the dialogue with the peppies, but to have one on your island at a time isn't bad. And I think she's adorable. To me, she's an A. She's an A class.
Definitely cute.
Yep. Astrid is a kangaroo, and she's freaky, and she's a D, and that might be being a little generous even. Audie. Peppy Wolf. Looks like a little fox. She wears her sunglasses on her head. Super cool house if you're doing any sort of tropical beach theme. You have to have her. She is a peppy. And like I said, I don't love the dialogue, but if you only have one on your island, it's not bad. You can do so many fun things with her house. To me, she is our first S tier.
Definitely unique.
Yep, she's a lot of fun. And the story behind her, the grandma who played New Leaf, they put her in the game literally for her. That's just a super cool story. So a lot of love for Audie. Next is Aurora. I love the penguins. I think the penguins are super cute. I think Aurora is super cute. They're these little chubby basketballs. I'd say she's a high B.
Is it just that picture, or does she not have pupils?
She does not have pupils.
Okay.
She peers into your soul.
Okay.
Just accept it. Ava, I do not love the chickens. I did have Ava for a pretty long time, and she was actually sweet as can be. If you're doing spring core or farm core, she is outstanding. I say she's a C, but she's a high C, like above all of the other C's. I think you'll have to. Yeah, there you go.
All right, got it.
You're on top of it. Avery, another cranky eagle. Apparently, eagles are unhappy critters. I like his coloring. I think he looks good. I've never taken him, but I've almost taken him several times. He's a C to me.
I think he looks kind of cooler than the other eagles.
Yeah, he's got a good look. Next, we have Axel, aka Big Teeth Smiler guy. Jock Elephant, he's not bad. Kid Core, you definitely want to pick him up, but he doesn't stand out. So I'd say we're looking at a C class on him as well. Oh, Barbara. I don't love the sheep except for one, maybe two, three if you count Sanrio or decent. Not a big fan of Barbara. I would say D.
The color scheme isn't doing her any favors.
Not even a little bit. Totally agree. Next is Bam. I have had Bam. He's a jock deer. I think the deer are extremely, extremely strong. I thought Bam was really, really good. I absolutely loved him. I would say Bam is a B.
Definitely, I definitely like the colors there.
Yeah, and his house isn't bad. Like everything about him is just solid. Um, Bengal, Peppy Tiger. Don't love the Peppies. She was a pretty decent one. I would say C. That brings us to Barreled. Barreled is not only hideous, he is creepy. Extremely, extremely creepy. Whenever you find a villager who has CTT TVs in his house and is monitoring the island, doing Lord knows what with that information, I I do not like Barreled. He's an F. Bia is a super, super cute dog. She's normal. Um, the only problem with her is she's just kind of plain. The normal villagers, a lot of them are super, super cute, but they almost get boring because they're normal and there's just not much to them. And I don't think she's any different. So I would say she's a C.
Beardo.
Weirdo is a total weirdo. And if you've ever seen him on a hunt, he has some weird hair issue coming from the bottom of his shirt. He's an F. He's an F plus or minus, whichever's worse.
Want to be an F minus?
I don't know. I don't know. He is the worst villager that we have came across to this point. Next is Bo. Bo is a lazy. He is a deer, and he is amazing. If you have not had Bo and you get a chance to have Bo on your island, take him. He is an S plus. He is one of the 5 best villagers in the game. Just amazing all the way around.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he is just amazing. Next, we have Becky, a snooty chicken. I don't love the chickens. I've passed on her a couple of times, even when I was doing a farm core. So I don't know anything about her house, but I know that I do not like purple chickens. So low C. Next is Bella. And Bella has got something going on. Bella looks like the kind of mouse that if you break up with her, she slashes your tires on your truck and keys the side of it. I think she has issues, and I think she's an F tier. Yeah, yeah. She's. If I was gonna have a nightmare about an Animal Crossing character,
She'd be the main character.
she would. Yeah. She would be the star of that show. Next is Benedict. He is, it's a chicken. He's lazy and a chicken. He's a C. Benjamin, lazy dog, nothing special about him. C. Who do we get next? Bertha. Hippos are not great. I have one that I really like. It is not Bertha. C. And she's a normal, so just kind of boring all the way around. Who do we have next? Bettina. I've had Bettina. Of the mice, she might be my favorite. Actually, she's probably my second favorite, but she's still not great. C. Bianca, snow leopard, super cool. Had her on my island. I don't think she quite makes it into that B tier, but high C, right up there around Ava. Yep. So next is Biff, and this is going to be another one of my hot takes that most people are probably not going to agree with. Jock Hippo, He is by far and away my favorite hippo. I had him on my island for a significant amount of time, and he was fabulous. I would say he's a B. Low B, but definitely making it in there. Yeah, right behind Bam's a good spot for him. Big Top, he's probably cute without the helmet on, but since he's wearing it, he's a D. Bill, super cute duck. The duck are really strong. I would say he's a high C around Bianca.
Billy.
Here's your best friend. Why don't you take this one? He's your bestie.
He's a character. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But where do you think he fits in?
I want to say B, because he's kind of fun to have on your island.
That
But
is.
that's just me, though.
Oof. I would put him in C, but if you want to slap Billy in B,
I'll slap him in B.
oh man, that hurt me. That hurts me to see Billy in B, but this is a collaborative effort, so we gotta do it.
You think this is
Okay.
gonna throw you for a loop? Just you wait.
Oh no, you're
Where-
not putting Rodney
Wait,
anywhere.
where is he on this list?
So next we have Biscuit, lazy dog. He's got some like cute ears, but those eyes, like, I think he might be possessed, and for that reason, he's a C.
Yeah, definitely possessed.
Yep. Biddy, I had because I thought might be able to take Biddy, and it'd be a good relationship for Biff. And I told you how much I loved him. That was not the case, and she was a real problem. So for me, Biddy's a D. And now we have Blair. Blair is absolutely amazing. I loved her to death. I've had her on my island a couple of times. She's a solid A. She's absolutely adorable, has a super cool house, and she wears these rock star glasses that she just owns, and totally love it.
I like Blair too.
Yeah, she's good. Next is Blanche. I have had her once. She did not do much for me. Just a run of the mill white bird, so she's a C. Blue Bear is next, and I love Blue Bear. I've had Blue Bear. She is a peppy, but she's beyond amazing. And for me, she's a solid A. Which brings us to Bob. Bob was the mayor on my tropical island, my tropical themed island. He is fabulous. He's S tier all the way. There's no question to it. It's hands down S. Bon super cute. I've never had her on my island, but she is cute. But I just don't think she's good enough to break into that B class, although she's definitely better than Billy, but we'll say. Bones, super cute dog, kind of looks like the Target dog. He's a C. He doesn't stand out. Boomer, same C. It's kind of cool that he's got a flight suit on and everything, and he's an old World War II pilot, but Boone, he's one of the better gorillas, but still not great, so C. Boots, I had when I did my swamp, and Boots is actually really great. The only problem with Boots is he has this horribly disgusting clown shirt, and no matter what you give this villager, he will wear it for 1 second, and the second you turn around, you hear the music where he changes back into this silly shirt, and it's awful. Other than that, if it was not for his horrible shirt, he would be a solid B for me, but that shirt just knocks him down into the C class. Horus, I had his house is almost identical to Anka's. He has this weird Egyptian thing, which makes no sense coming from a pig. But him as a villager was great. I loved him. Um, I would say he's a high C. If not for his house, he would be higher, but his house knocks him down just a little bit.
What do you want him?
Yeah, right in there, up around Bill and Bianca. And those. Like the high C class is still they're still really good villagers. There's just so many that are good. Boyd is next, and he is not one of them that's good. He is a D. If he was just a little bit worse, he would make it into the F. Bree, she is not. She's a D. There's nothing. She has no redeeming qualities that I know of. Broccolo, I know a lot of people like Broccolo. It's another D for me. Rofina has got some attitude going. She's got her lipstick and she's dressed up. I've seen her several times. I've never taken her. I would say she's a high C. Bruce is next. I've had Bruce. He is a cranky. He has a cool house. High C. He's right on the doorstep of going into the B's, but just not quite. Yep, that looks good. Bubbles, Peppy Hippo doesn't do a ton for me. C. Buck is a D. He's got eye issues and he's just not great. Here's going to be my next hot take.
Bud.
I do not like the Lions, but I had Bud on my tropical island, and I did a surf shop in front of his house, Bud's Boards, and it was amazingly fun, and I fell in love with him. I'm saying Bud is a B, and he's definitely above Billy.
No.
Bunny, she's super, super cute. A lot of people love her. I think she's great. She's just kind of boring to me. But because she is so amazingly cute, I think she has to be in the B category.
Behind Billy.
But behind Billy. Poor
Mhm.
Bunny. Butch is a C. Nothing special. Buzz is an eagle. He's got this little kind of jock shirt on, even, though he's cranky, so I don't really know what's going on there. C. Callie's a cute squirrel, but squirrels are strong, and she doesn't stand out, so she's a C. Camo Frog is a C. He's kind of cool, but nothing special. And this next one is yours, Logue.
Oh my god.
Canberra. She was one of your starters.
Yeah, she was. And she was creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, she stalked you, didn't she?
Several nights when I woke up, she was outside my tent/house.
That's not normal behavior.
Yeah.
That is not normal behavior at all. And those eyes, I just want to know, if you're going to make a sisterly villager,
How do you make a face like
this?
this?
Why do you give them those eyes
Yeah.
that are just so creepy? It makes no sense. I will let you place her because I have not had her on my island, luckily.
I'll put a C, but yeah.
Candy's got this weird double eyes going. I just don't even know what to think. I'm saying low C. Carmen's cute, but nothing special. Middle of the pack C. Caroline, I've had. She's, a squirrel. The squirrels are all cute, but she does not stand out, so just a C. Carrie, the kangaroo, C. Nothing to see here. Kind of.
No pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. Cashmere to me is is hideous. Cashmere to me is a definite D. Um, I don't know what's going on with that color scheme. Celia is a super cool eagle. She has beautiful colors. I would say high C, up around Amelia.
What about Amelia? Oh,
Top row. Yeah, yeah, right in there. Caesar is should have never happened. He's an F. That's that's unfortunate
I
at
don't
best.
think I'd ever put him on my island.
No, no. Chatter looks like a piece of cheese. It's a mouse. I get it. C. All right. Who do we have next?
Charlize or whatever.
Charlize. Yeah. Uh, C somewhere ish. Next is Cherie, and I've had her. She is peppy, which I'm not a huge fan of, but she's super cute and fun. So I would say high C. Yeah, that looks good right there. Next is Cherry, the sisterly dog. I've had her as well, and I thought she was amazing. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like her because she's this like goth dog. Um, but her house ended up being really cool, and she was pretty rad. I did like a haunted island and put her and Lucky and I don't remember who else out there. There was one other, but they were like great. So I'm gonna say she's a B. Like I dig her. Chester is a D. He is a creepy bear, and yeah, Shepherd's good. She's solid. Solid C. I have Chief on my island right now. He's a cranky. He's super cool. I like him, but doesn't really stand out above all others. So middle of the pack C.
You say C or he?
Yes, Chief is a he.
What's his outfit?
That's I don't know. He's definitely a he. Chops is an F. Chops is hideous. Chops is horrible. Um, Chow is worse. Who is the next one? I had Chow once. I had to take him by force, and it was awful. I literally built a very tiny 3-tier spot in the back of the island with no ramps and no way for him to move even, and left him there. I did not love Chow. Chrissy, super cute. If you're doing Fairy Core or Winter Island, she's really good. Doesn't do a ton for me, but she does have appeal, so I would say middle of the pack C. Claude, yeah, yeah, low C. Claudia, it's a pink tiger. I feel like C. She just doesn't do much. Clay, oddly enough, has like this weird cult following. So I picked him up once and thought, all right, I'm going to give him a try. He has a super weird house. It's like a dig site or something. I don't even know what's going on there. And the facial markings are weird. And he's just low C.
I think I might pick him up on my next island.
Yeah, you should. You'll love him. Cleo is super cute for a horse. High C. Clyde has eye issues. Low C. Coach, I have almost taken just for the heck of it, but he's not great at anything. So low C. Cobb is just a C. Here's going to be another kind of hot take. I don't love Coco. I've had Coco a couple of times, and I thought, all right, this time I'm really going to put forth the effort to love Coco because so many people love Coco, and I just didn't. Coco to me is just a C. Cole is pretty good. Cute bunny, high C. Colton, if you're doing Fairy Core or Disney, super awesome. And he's a super cool looking horse, but I feel like you don't have a lot of wiggle room with him. So for that reason, I'm gonna say C.
Cookie.
Cookie is awesome. I really like Cookie. I've had her a couple of times, and I thought she was just fabulous. I would say super high C, highest C on the board. Cousteau's not great. Cousteau's a D. Cranston, I know a lot of people like him. He's a lazy ostrich. I've never had him. I would say middle of the pack C. Croak is unfortunate. He's a D. Cube could be absolutely adorable, but what is the deal with the eyes? Why are there plus signs in his eyeballs?
Maybe he's excited.
When you get excited, do plus signs form in your eyeballs?
You don't know what happens with my eyes when I'm excited.
Yeah, I know that they don't form plus signs. C. Curlos, nothing special. C. Curly, nothing special. C. Kurt, for the full size bears, he's not bad. He's got the the little head injury, which is kind of fun. But he's still just a C. Sid, new elephant. C. He's just not much. Cyrano, C. He would be better if he didn't have his little karate outfit on. He's just not that great. Daisy is super cute, but she's kind of boring. So just a C. I feel like we're on a run here of just not much going on. Same with Dina, just a C. Deirdre's fun. Deirdre's cute. The deer are really strong. Because they're really strong, it probably drops her a little bit because she doesn't compare to the others in her, in her species. She's not even the best or the second best female deer, much less deer in general. So for that, she's got to be a C. Deli, I don't love the monkeys, but he's kind of a cute one. So I mean, C maybe. Bell's a D. They missed the mark on him. Derwin has this nerdy little cute thing about him. The ducks are good, but at C. Like our C class is getting extremely full.
That is.
Now, well, here we go. We are not getting a C here. Diana is amazing. She's an A. Her house is fabulous. Her look is fabulous. She is probably my favorite Snooty. Maybe my second favorite Snooty. But she's very good. Diva is a D. She's not good. Dizzy, I had on my island. He was absolutely fabulous. I loved him to death. Um, if you're doing kid core, you have to have him. Like he is the best. Um, but I don't think he quite breaks into that B class. So I'm going to say high C. Same with Dobie. He's super good, cranky wolf, but just doesn't quite get to that B range. So another high. See, Doc is kind of fun. He's got a library for a house. As far as the bunnies go, I think he's super good. I would say also a high C. And now we get to my favorite sheep in the game. I've had Dom. He is a jock villager. I think he is absolutely amazing, and I think he is an A tiered villager. Dora, I mean, you're a mouse. Get in the C class where you belong. Dottie's super cute, but she's a C, middle of the pack. Drago, I've had. He's got a super cool Japanese house, and he's just kind of a fun villager in general. But he's just not quite in the B, so he's going to be in that mid tier C. Same with Drake. Drake's cute, but nothing special about him. Drift, on the other hand, had Drift in my swamp, and he was amazing. One of my favorite frogs. He's a solid B. Ed is Julian without a unicorn horn. C. Egbert's a C. Nothing special about him. Elise is a D. She looks like, your third grade teacher who snuck out to her car to smoke. Oh, we don't condone that behavior. Ellie is a super, super cute elephant. I had her, absolutely loved her. She's going to be high C around Dizzy and Doc and those. Yep, that's a good spot for her. Elmer is, I would say, my favorite horse. He's going to be mid to upper C. Eloise, she's cute. C, middle of the road. Elephant. Elvis, I just don't love the lions except for Bud. And maybe if I had him on my island, it would change my opinion of him. But Elvis to me is a low C. Which brings us to Eric. Eric is a mainstay fixture on my islands. He is definitely in my top 5 favorites. He is an S plus as well. If you've never had Eric, you have to get him. He's amazing.
He's one of my favorites too.
He's so good. So good. Next is Eugene, who oddly enough looks like Elvis, but called Eugene. I think a lot of the koalas are pretty cool. I just don't think he is. I think he's a D, in my opinion. Eunice is not a horrible sheep. Middle of the pack, C somewhere. Fang's going to be a C. He just doesn't do much for me. Cranky wolf. Just, I don't know. I don't think he's that great. Fauna, however, is an A. She is the highest rated A. She is so close to S, but her house is super blah. If she had a better house, she would be an S tier all the way. but her house is just a brick building with nothing special going on. Felicity's cute. The cats or most of the cats are pretty good. She's cute. I would say high C. Filbert is an S tier, in my opinion.
He's fun.
That is definitely going to go against most people's. But I've had him. He is one of my favorites. I love his little house. It fits him perfectly. He's a great lazy. What were you saying about him, Logan?
I definitely like having him on my island.
Yeah, he's so good. Next is Flip. Flip is my favorite monkey. I had him on my island. I thought he was great. He's the highest rated monkey in my opinion, and I would say he is a solid B. Yeah, absolutely right there is a good spot for him. Flo doesn't do much for me. I do, however, really like the penguins, so we'll say middle of the road C. This next one makes no sense to me. Flora, I should like her. I've had a couple islands where she fit perfectly. Theme-wise, she should have been just a great villager to have. But for some reason, there's something about her, and I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. I can't stand her. She is... But she looks good, and her house is good, so I can't put her too low on the list. I just personally don't like her, so I'll say bottom of C. Flurry is super cute. If you're doing winter, like a winter-themed island, she's great. I think the hamsters are cute little balls of love. So I will say Flurry's high C. Very high C. Yeah, right around. Yeah, that's good. Francine, super cute bunny. If you're doing winter or fairy, I think she's a good one to have. We'll say middle of the road C. Frank is probably my least favorite. Eagle, low C. Freckles, middle of the road C. Just a blah duck with some freckles. Frey is a cute wolf. Upper C. Frigga I have on my island right now, and I like her. She's perfectly pleasant. Her house is cool. It's well designed, but she doesn't stand out. So for me, she's going to have to be a C. Frida looks like a hamburger and a hot dog she has both going on, so I don't understand that. And she's a sheep. She's a D to me. Frobert, he was really good. I liked him, but I think some of the other frogs are just so much better that it kind of drops him down a little. So middle C. And that's kind of Fuchsia's problem. Like I had her, she's great, but some of the other deer are just so good. That when you kind of compare her to them, it drops them down. I would say, yeah, middle C is good. Gabby is a middle C. Gala is a C. She's a cute pig, but there's some that I dislike more. Gaston is a D. He creeps me out. He's looking at me like I owe him money, but we've never met, so I don't know where that hate's coming from. Gail just doesn't do much for me. Obviously, if you're doing something pink, you're gonna want her. Low C. Genji, if you're doing Japanese themed, obviously she's, great, but any other time, to me, she's just a C. Gigi freaks me out. Like, I don't know what's going on with Gigi. Gigi to me is a D. I don't love her. Gladys, C, just run of the mill. Gloria is a C, run of the mill, nothing special. Goldie's a B. Goldie is a really nice dog, and I know that I've said on some occasions, oh, they're just a normal, they're kind of boring, and they are. And Goldie kind of is in that too, but she's so freaking adorable. Like I love Goldie. Gonzo's a C, nothing wrong with him. Solid villager, but nothing special. Goose is a low C. Graham looks like I don't know. I don't know what to even say about Graham. Like I might cheat off of him during the ACTs. Like I don't know. I think he's a low C. Greta is unfortunate at best. She's a mouse and has a horrible design. D. Grizzly's a pretty cool bear. Like the full-size bears aren't amazing, but I think Grizzly's not bad. So I would say Grizzly's a high C. Probably around Bill. Yeah, down one row. Like one row straight down. Yeah, right in there. Groucho's another bear. He's not great. He's not great. He's not horrible. Middle C. Ruff is a middle C. Gwen is a middle C. There's a theme that's coming. That brings us to Hamlet. I have Hamlet on my island right now, and I am really digging him. I think anytime you have a jock that weighs like 4 ounces, that's just kind of cool. But he's not quite in the B range yet. That might change. High C possible. Yep, even over Cookie. This will definitely be a hot take here. I love Humphrey. I think Humphrey is absolutely amazing. Very high B. Maybe the highest B on the board. No, because we had Fauna. So right behind Fauna, I will say for Humphrey. Who does that?
Be possible.
Yeah. No. Yes. Highest speed possible. Right there. Hans, he's a Yeti if you're doing a winter themed, but other than that, he's not great. So C. Harry's a D, almost an F. He's unfortunate. Wow, they did her dirty. She's a D. Henry's a cool frog.
A D.
He's a really cool frog. Yeah, I said D first. Henry's a super high C. Yep, that looks good right there. Hippo's disgusting. He's an F. Hopkins is kind of weird because he's the blow up animal, but he's cute. So we'll say C. I really like Hopper's design. I think he's super, super cool. High C. Hornsby's absolutely adorable. If you're doing kid core, you definitely want him. High C. Huck was a good frog, middle of the road C. And another hot take. Hugh is one of my absolute favorites in the game. To me, Hugh is an S tier. I absolutely love Hugh. He has these 2 different eyes. He's lazy. He comes up with super cool nicknames for you. His house is pretty rad. Like everything about Hugh is super well done. Like I love Hugh. Iggly, Jock Penguin, nothing special, but nothing's wrong with him. Middle of the road C. Ike is my dog's name, so that makes me want to rate him higher, but there's just nothing special about him, so he's a C. Jacob, C. Jocks, you had Jocks. Did you like him?
I
Like
didn't
to
have
me,
him.
he's just a C.
I didn't have him long, so
So he couldn't be that great.
no.
So I think we're feeling C. Jambet to me is a D. She just yeah. J, C, nothing special. This is a bit of a hot take, probably, but I think Jeremiah is an A. He's my favorite frog in the game. He's super cool, lazy. I loved him. I've had him a couple times. Jitters. Jitters is weird. Jitters is a low C. Joey has eyebrow problems, low C. This is also probably going to be a hot take. I've had Judy. I've had her a couple times. And I think Judy is a really nice character. She's a really good villager. She's adorable. Her house does not suit her. If she had a house that was designed more like Agnes's or Diana, just she has block furniture in a snooty villager's house. It makes no sense. To me, Judy is high C. Julian, if you're doing Fairy Core, then he's the best villager in the game. Other than that, yeah, he's a C. Julia, I was really shocked when I had her, but I absolutely loved her. She's a snooty, possibly my favorite in the game. She's an A tier villager, which surprised me because I don't like the birds or the ostriches very much, but I fell in love with her. Next is Mama June. If you're doing a tropical island, then you have to have her. The cubs are all really, really adorable. But she never stood out to me in any way, shape, or form. So I would say high C, but below some of the really good ones. Yeah, somewhere down there. Next is Kabuki, the cat. He's got a weird face. I guess if you were doing some sort of Japanese theme, he would be great. But if not, he just kind of freaks me out. So we'll say C. Cat's just a C, nothing special. Keaton's just a C, nothing special. I had Ken. Once again, if you're doing Japanese, you would really, really want him, but he just doesn't do a whole lot for me. Another C. Ketchup is adorable. One of the most adorable villagers in the game. Ketchup to me is an A. Kevin, kind of cool pig. It's a play on Kevin Bacon, so that's kind of rad, but just a C. Kid Cat, I think without the costume would be a B. With the costume, to me, just a C. Kid, it's a goat. It's purple. It's a C. Kiki I had, and I absolutely loved. Loved Kiki to death. Probably my favorite cat in the game. I think Kiki's a solid A. Kit is a solid low C. Nothing. I do not like the kangaroos, almost at all. Kitty, C, and she's a cat, kind of cute. Nothing special. Klaus is a super, super weird bear. Like he's got this ancient Greek / Roman get up going on. Like he thinks he's Julius Caesar or something. I don't know what he's got going on, but he's a D. Knox, if you were doing some sort of medieval thing or Disney and you needed a knight, he would be okay, but C, no, it just yeah. Cody, I think, is super cute. He's got this little Western stuff on, but it feels like he's, a knockoff Blue Bear to me. So C. Kyle, I think, is my favorite wolf in the game, other than Audie. Audie's my absolute favorite. But Kyle was really, really good. I think Kyle is a solid B. Leonardo is just a run-of-the-mill tiger to me. He's a C. Leopold, I think, is a D. He's a very unfortunate lion. Lily, I've had several times. I absolutely love Lily. Lily is a super, super solid B. Everything about her is great. All the conversations you have with her are great. She's super, super adorable. Her house is cool. Like everything's perfect. Limburg is my birthday twin. Limburg is awful. Limburg is an F. Yeah, I will never have my birthday twin on my island. Lionel, I've had. His house is cool. He's a smug lion, but I don't like him. C. Lobo's okay. C. Lolly's on my island now. She's amazing. She's a B. Lopez, he's pretty cool. Looks like a little African gazelle or antelope, or probably an antelope, I guess. High C. Louis, low D. The gorillas are just not good. Lucha, I don't like the mask. I don't like the costumes. Low C. Lucky's kind of cool. Annie has a graveyard for a house. I really like him. If you're doing a Halloween theme or anything like that, you definitely want him. I would say Lucky is a low B. Lucy is a cute pig, but nothing special. I think she's a C. Lyman, I absolutely love. He's my favorite koala in the game. Super cool bamboo house. He's a jock whose catchphrase is chips, and he's chunky. Like he talks about doing like 9,000 sit-ups, and he looks like he couldn't do 3. Like I love him. He's a solid B. Mac, run-of-the-mill dog, middle of the road C. Maddie I had, and she was super, super amazing, but I just don't think she's quite there to jump into the B range. So high C. Mayel, I don't know what's going on with that haircut. Low C. Maggie's a cute pig. Middle C. Same with Mallory, just nothing special about her. Middle C. Maple is adorable, and Maple is amazing. Maple is a high B for sure. Really close to busting into that A range. Marcel, he's a weird dog. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. He troubles me. I'm thinking low C. If I was gonna have a kangaroo, it would probably be Marcy, and I'm not sure why. But she's not as terrible as some of the others, so middle C. Margie's a cute elephant. If you're doing fairy core, you probably want her. But other than that, nothing special. So C. Marina. People love Marina. I've had Marina on my island. She's very pink. Her house is very pink. But she is so boring to talk to. It's literally like watching grass grow. To me, Marina is just a C. And that brings us to the one, the only, the absolute GOAT, the greatest of all time. Like Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Brett Favre, John Elway. You could, Dan Marino, you take all of these guys and add those guys up, and they don't even compare to Marshall. Marshall is the best villager in the game. He's an S++. Oh no, he goes all the way to the end. He's above everyone else. No one can possibly dethrone Marshall. Like, he's the greatest of all time. He would have taken Muhammad Ali in round 1. No doubt about it. He's the best. Next, we have Matilda. How can you go from Marshall to Matilda? You go from the cream of the crop to some demon kangaroo? Look at his eyes. It's creepy. Put him in D. Like, that's not right. Not right. Megan, I've had. She's actually, for the full-size bears, she's kind of cool. I would put her up around Judy. I think she's a high B. I meant C. I'm sorry. I like over by Judy. The top row for sure. Probably, yeah, that's good. Melba. I've had Melba a couple times. I have her amiibo. She's cute. Her house is cute. She's boring. She's a C. Meringue people are really high on. I don't see it. She has a strawberry on her face. C.
The horn and the strawberry.
Look at it closely. It's a strawberry.
It's a horn.
It's definitely not. It's a strawberry. Like, you can see the pits in it and stuff.
I see the pits. It's a horn.
No, it's
Decorated
supposed to
like
be a
strawberry.
horn. Totally supposed to be a horn, but it's not. Mary, she's a cute cat, but nothing special. C. Midge is a C. As far as the birds go, she's not bad, but nothing great. Mint, I think Mint's super cute, but the squirrel are strong, and she's just not quite there. So, just a C. Miranda, C. Just not great. Mira, looks like she's going out to fight some crime. So, I don't know. C. She just doesn't do a ton for me. Mitzi is a cute cat. I would say she's a higher C. Mo, I would say, is a lower C. Molly is friggin' adorable. Like, she is a cute little duck, I know she kind of just looks like a regular duck, but when you have her on your island, she wears this little yellow sundress and she just waddles around. And she's absolutely adorable. She is an A. She's definitely an A. Monique's got a lot going on. She's got some Marilyn Monroe vibes kicking, which I don't want that out of Animal Crossing. Low C. Monty, Mitzi, not a great monkey. Moose is a D. He looks like he might be the villain in the next Home Alone movie. Mott doesn't do much for me. We'll say low C. Muffy looks like that weird ant that wants to kiss you, even though you're like not wanting her to touch you. So for that reason, she's a D. Murphy. Murphy's a C. Nothing wrong with him. Nothing great. I really like Dan, but she just doesn't have enough to push her into the B. So we'll say upper C.
Nan or Nana?
Nan. Nana, I had because I thought, okay, as far as the monkeys go, she's pretty cute. But I didn't love her. Low C. Naomi's low C. She's got those weird demon eyes too. Nate has a horrible green unibrow. He's a low C. Nibbles is adorable. I don't know if we can put Nibbles quite in B, but she's super, super high C. Norma, as far as the cows go, Norma's super cute. But I just don't feel like she has the oomph to get into the B range. So I'm gonna say C. You have her. What do you think about her?
I haven't had really much encounters with her yet,
Yeah.
but she seems like a good villager.
Yeah, let's look at this here. There's almost 400 villagers. Just because they're in C, like C villagers, you should have no problem taking on your island. Obviously, the B's and A's and S's are what you're hoping for, but situationally, depending on what your build is, taking the C characters, they're strong. Like they're good. Speaking of C's, in my opinion, Octavian is just a C. Same with O'Hare. I think he's kind of cute with his little hat, but it's also kind of weird, and he just doesn't do a bunch for me. Olaf, I think, is a D. I had him, and his hair is super weird, and he just, it was not a great experience. Olive, Olive is super, super adorable. The cubs are super, super adorable. I think Olive is a B. I think she deserves that. Olivia's cute. If I'm not mistaken, she's got some weird gloves though, that I don't love. So I'm gonna say C. Opal, not bad for an elephant, but just a C. Ozzy, nothing special. Run of the mill villager. C. Pansetti, I think she's cute, but doesn't do enough to break into that B. So another C. By the way, the name of this video is how many C's do you think we'll have by the end of the video?
What villagers aren't a C?
Yeah, there's a lot of C's, but I guess you would expect that. Pango, as far as the anteaters go, not bad, but just to see. Paulo, if Paulo did not have those weird eyebrows, they could go higher, but they're a C. That's it. Pappy is adorable. I've had him. He's super cool. Just not quite breaking into that B range though, but high C for sure for Pappy. Pashmina, kind of a normal goat, nothing, special. I believe Pashmina's sisterly. The sisterlies are, they're okay, but not all that special. C. Pate is also going to be a C. Nothing special. Patty, it's a cow, and she's all right, and she's a C. That brings us to Carol Baskins, and she loses points for murdering her first husband, so we're going to put her in low D. Peaches, I just had Peaches not too long ago. Peaches and I don't see eye to eye because Peaches doesn't have eyes, which is going to move Peaches down to the D. However, Peanut is flippin' awesome. I love Peanut. I've had her. She is a solid B.
Female Filbert.
Yep. Yeah. I actually had them two together, and it was great. I loved them. And Pecan. I've had Pecan, and she is very similar to Blair in the fact that she likes to rock her little rock star glasses. I absolutely love her, and she's a solid A. That brings us to Peck. I just don't have an opinion of Peck. I've seen him several times, so just to see. I've had Pee Wee. As far as the gorillas go, he is my favorite, but he's just a C. Peggy is just a C. Nothing special about her. Pico is a super cute cub. If you're doing a Japanese theme island, I think this would be your A number one dreamy. I don't think she has enough to push her into B, but she's a solid C. Penelope's a mouse. She's a low C. Phil, the ostriches aren't great, except for Julia. Low C. I just said the ostriches aren't great except for Julia, and Phoebe's okay. I had her. Her house is really cool. It's like the inside of a volcano. There's lava walls and floors and stuff, so it's kind of neat. Her design is pretty cool looking. Middle of the road C. Pierce is an eagle. Doesn't do much for me. Middle of the road C. Pietro. Pietro is a clown, literally. And I know a lot of people love him, but there's only two classes of people. There are people who love him and people who hate him. Nobody's middle of the road with Pietro. And me being so fond of Bo and Eric, they hate night clowns. So I can't have Pietro bouncing around at night on my islands, scaring my little buddies. Pietro's enough for me. Pinky is a pink and white panda bear, and I don't love it. Low C. Piper's super plain. She's just a white bird. I've had her. Didn't do much for me. Oh wait, you have that's Pippi next. I don't know.
I put Piper mid C.
Oh, all right. So Pippi, run of the mill, another C. Same with Plucky. Like they're just kind of blah. I think we're finding a whole lot of just kind of blah ones here. Pom Pom, ducks are cute, but she doesn't separate herself in any way, shape, or form. So she's just a C. Poncho is extremely cute. Like the Cubs are all really, really cute. He's a mid to upper C. Poppy, I have on my island right now, and I've had her before. I love her. I think she's a solid B. Portia, super cool dog. She's got some sass to her. Super cool house. Wears really nice outfits. Has like some rock star glasses. Say hi, C. This next one's all you, buddy.
I mean, it was nice
He's your
having
buddy.
Prince.
Yeah, he's your buddy.
Yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah,
But
there's nothing wrong with liking an ugly villager.
But that's the thing, he's ugly.
But his personality saved him.
Yeah. So I'd say upper C.
Yeah, I would agree with upper C on Prince. If they would have just not done that to his face, like why is there 3 colors in that small of an area?
Right on his face.
That makes no sense. But Puck, he's a C. There's just nothing special about him. Puddles is a C. I had Puddles. I wanted to like her more. I just didn't. Pudge, just a C. Nothing special. Punchy is super, super adorable, but I just don't think there's enough there to push Punchy into the B. So another C. Pearl, the cats are cute. You know, she's cute, but there's a C. Queenie is a low C. She's an unfortunate ostrich. Quilson is one of the lower ducks, in my opinion. He's kind of hideous. We'll say low C.
Kind of looks like Phineas.
Who?
Phineas from Phineas and Ferb.
I don't know who that is.
Never mind then.
Rattle's a doctor. Rattle's kind of cool. Just not enough to get into the B for me. So, you know, mid C. This might be a bit of a hot take, but I love Rasher. Rasher to me is an A tier. He is one of my favorites. He's not as good as Hugh, in my opinion, but I think he's fabulous. And if you get a chance to take Rasher, you should totally do it. This is probably not going to win me any popularity contest. I've had Raymond several times. He's a good villager, but I don't think he's that great. I think if there was an amiibo for him, he would not be anywhere near as popular as he is. You think he's an A? I was going to say I thought he was a B. Like, to me, he's good. I like having him on my island, but he's one of the first to go, in my opinion.
Oh, he's unique. He's got the personality, but I don't think he's an S.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he's an S. Who do we got next?
Razzo.
D. And what's next? Renee. I had Renee as the starter on the island that I have now, and she was fine. Like, she's a good character, but just to see, nothing special. Renee is well, another Renee. Renee and Renee. Just to see. Like, just nothing great. Rex, there's nothing wrong with him. The lions don't look all that great, but he's mid C, low C. Rhonda, yeah, mid C, just not much to her. Robot is not an animal. He's a robot. He's a frog robot. A lot of people really like him. I've never taken him on my island. I've seen him and talked to him several times. To me, he's a low C. Ricky looks like you picked on his little brother and he wants to do bodily harm to you. I don't know why Ricky's so angry, but Ricky's a D for me. Rolled, I have on my island, and I think he's really good villager. He's solid all the way around, but I just don't think he does enough to get into the B category. So high C.
He's definitely one of the better penguins or birds.
I think he's great. I think he's a really good, solid, solid villager. But he just, doesn't do quite enough. Robin, as far as the birds go, it's a cute bird, but the birds aren't all that great in my opinion. Middle C. Rocco, I don't know. Maybe low C. He just doesn't do much for me. Rocket is very unfortunate. Rocket is an F. Rocket's horrible. Rod, as far as the mice go, is one of my favorite. He's a jock, which is just funny to me. I don't know what's on his head. I'm sure that's supposed to be a beanie or something, but it just looks like underwear. I would say mid to upper C though, because he's not bad. As far as I think he outshines the rest of his species. Rodeo, if you're doing Halloween theme, super, super cool. But other than that, you don't have much else you can do with them. So for that reason, C. And that brings us
S
to
plus.
the biggest piece of trash in this entire game.
S plus. He is the best villager.
Out of all of the villagers in this game, Rodney has the least redeeming quality. He has none. There's no redeeming qualities whatsoever. He's hideous looking. His house is not great. I find it offensive that he's in the game, honestly. I cannot stand Rodney whatsoever. We need to. Who's next?
Wait.
Rolf. Rolf to me. Oh wait, what is this class that you just made?
Rodney's in his own class. Wait.
I like that. What does it say?
Rodney.
Nice. That makes sense to me. I like what you just did there. Rolf, solid tiger, but just right in that C class. Rooney is actually kind of unique. He's got these little boxing gloves on, and he's kind of unique as far as the kangaroos go. So maybe upper low C. Was that a thing?
Upper,
Can we find an upper
upper
Losine? I don't know. He's definitely better than Rory, who's next. Like Rory's definitely going to be lower than him, but I think just a C. I don't think he's bad enough to be a D. Roscoe's kind of cool. You know, he wears a leather jacket, but he's got those like demon eyes and stuff. So if I was doing, a Halloween themed island, I would want Roscoe. Outside of that, I don't love him, but middle of the pack C. Rosie is a doll. She's amazing. She's an A tier villager all the way. The only cat in the game that I think is better than Rosie is Kiki. Rowan, he's a solid tiger. I don't think any of the tigers are good enough to be in the B class, but I feel like Rowan is right there with Bianca, like just right on the cusp. Next we have Ruby. Ruby totally freaks me out. Like totally freaks me out. When you look at Ruby, like it's like red rum, red rum. That's what I see. I think Ruby's a D because she scares me.
Chick's possessed.
Exactly. Rudy's super cute cat, just not quite enough to get into B, so mid to upper C.
Upper lower C.
Upper lower C. Yep. Sally, super cute squirrel, but just not quite enough to get into C. Or into. I'm sorry. I meant into B. She's a C for sure. She's cute. Samson, as far as the mice go, he's not too terrible, but I'm still saying low C. Sandy, C. Savannah's cool because Savannah is a zebra, and that's pretty rad. I will say high C. She's kind of cool. Scoot is one of my favorite ducks in the game. To me, Scoot is a solid A. He's a jock. He's got his little water polo headgear on.
You mean a diaper?
Do what?
You mean a diaper?
I can see where people would think that, but it is a water polo hat. And it's cool, and he's just a lot of fun. Sherry is a monkey that I don't love. She's a D. The D class is pretty full. I didn't think there was that many. Sheldon, I had him before. He's a super cool little squirrel, but he's a little basic, so we'll throw him in the middle of C. Shep is super rad. He wears a blue jean jacket. He's obviously a sheepdog. Got the his hair and his eyes. He's an A tier all the way. We have quite a few A's. I'm shocked that we have this many A's. And speaking of A's, next is Sherb. Sherb is fabulous. Sherb is on that cusp of S, but just not quite there. Next is Simon. As far as the monkeys go, he's super rad, but he's not as good as Flip. So to me, Simon is just a C, but he's a high C. As far as the monkeys go, he's pretty good. Next we have Sky. Sky she's great. Like I've had her. Super good, but kind of blah. So for that, she's gonna go in the C class. Sly is my favorite alligator. I had him in my swamp. I loved him. Like he's super, super good. And I think he deserves B. Next we have Snake, who I don't love, but I've never had. I don't really like his little hat. So for me, that's going to put him in C. I had Snooty, as it turns out, when I was doing a jungle and thought, hey, I need some anteaters. I actually kind of like the look of Snooty as far as the anteaters go, but it just did not work. So for that, we're going to say C. Who do we have next?
Leo.
Soleil. For me, she's just I don't really care for her. And I do love the hamsters, but I don't like her look. Low C. Sparrow, a bird, doesn't do much. Low C. Spike is an A. He's one of my favorites. He calls you punk. Like, he's amazing. He would be an S, but he wears a horrible shirt, and it's so hard to get him to change it. That drops him a little bit. But other than that, he's one of my favorite villagers in the game, really. So I really like him. Next is Spork. Spork's a D. That's all I can say for Spork. Sprinkle, super, super cute. One of my favorite penguins. Sprinkle's a B. Sprocket is next, and I don't love the robots and stuff. Low C. Static is amazing. One of my favorite crankies in the game. To me, Static is a solid A. Next we have Stella. Don't love the sheep, as we've covered. D. Sterling, if you're doing Disney, you need you a knight. He's an eagle who's a knight, but other than that, I don't like the costumed ones. I'd say low C. Stinky is a cat in a mask who's named Stinky. I don't think that D. Stitches is amazing. Stitches has never fit into my island themes, but I've still had him several times. Stitches is a solid B. Most people probably have him a little higher. He is adorable, but Stu, nothing special. C. Sydney, koalas are cute. I like him, but just a C. Sylvana, I don't know. The squirrels are good, but she's not the best. She's cute. C. Sylvia, kangaroo, low C. Tabby has a super cool house, but I don't think she's all that cute of a villager. So I would say low C.
Say Tabby.
Yeah. Oh, who do you have next? Is that
T-Bone.
T-Bone?
Yeah.
low C. Tad's a super cool frog. I had him. Really liked him. High C. Tammy. She's a fairly unfortunate looking monkey. D for Tammy. She kind of scares me. Tammy 2. Well, C. Tangy is actually great. She's an orange. She has a super cool orange house. I like everything about her. She's a B. There are a lot of C's up there, Logan.
Yeah, there's I want to say like half.
Yeah.
More than half.
Yeah, there's a lot of C's. Who do we have next? Tank?
Yeah.
Another C. Like, Tank is okay, but Tasha, I really like Tasha, except for she has this weird ball on her tail that I just don't love. So for that, she's a C. Teddy, as far as the Bears go, I think most people think he's probably the best, and he might be, but it's just a C. Tex is another nothing special penguin. Kind of cute, but just a C. Tia, I know a lot of people love her. If you're doing Fairy Core, obviously you want her. Other than that, I don't see a big use for her. So C for me. Tiffany kind of creeps me out a little bit. Like, that's way too much lipstick for Animal Crossing character. C. Timbra. Ugh, I don't like Timbra. D. Tipper. Tipper's a pretty cool cow. Mid to upper C. We are getting close to the end, folks. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Tom, he's a pretty cool cat, but nothing special. C, middle. Truffles is an F. Truffles is horrible. There's no redeeming qualities for Truffles. Tucker, I had. He's a woolly mammoth. He's lazy. He has Stonehenge in his house. I love Tucker. Tucker is middle B. Solid middle B. Yep, for sure. Who do we have next? 2-2? C. Nothing special, not terrible, not good. Twiggy, it's just a C. Nothing. Tybalt, C. Ursula is a C. Velma, I dislike. I actively root against her. She's a D. She's not quite F, but she's pretty. Yeah. Vesta. I mean, as far as the sheep go, she's not that bad, but C. Vic, I've had. He's a little Viking bull. Middle C. Victoria, I think, would be the coolest horse in the game without the racing headgear. That drops her down. Middle C. Violet's awful. She's an F. Like, that's just bad. Vivian, pretty cool wolf, but not that great. C. Vladimir is weird to me. I dislike Vladimir quite a bit. A cranky pink villager, I just don't get. It's an F for me. It totally missed the mark. Wade, I love. It's baby penguin. I think he's adorable. Solid B. Next we have Walker. Okay, dog. Nothing special. See. Walt. Cranky penguin or kangaroo. Sorry, looks like he just got in a fight. He's got a couple bandages on. Low C. Walt Jr. is actually super, super rad. Walt Jr., if he's kind of hideous looking, but it's almost so hideous that he's cute. I think he's a low B. Like he just barely squeaks into the B territory. He's a lot of fun. If you've not had him on your island, you should give him a go. He's quite fun. Weber, he's an okay duck. C. Wendy, I don't love you. Low C. Whitney, super cool wolf, but just not quite enough. Middle C. So Willow, I actually like as far as the sheep go. I would say upper C. Winnie has some weird star on her head. Low C. Wolfgang is so close to B, but just not quite. Great villager, strong villager, just not quite there. Yucca, middle of the road, just a middle C. Zell, I have on my island, and I love. Very strong. Upper B, just about to that A class. Not quite. Yep, that's perfect. And Zucker, I know a lot of people are super high on Zucker. I'm just not. I think he's a C, middle of the road. And that leaves us our 6 Sanrio, which we don't have little pictures for, but we will do them. We'll start with Rilla. Logan, what grade would you give Rilla?
I wouldn't put her high, but I think her items would put her higher than she would
Yeah.
be.
I 100% agree with that. You take her items away, she's an F for sure. Those items are pretty good. So I would say she would be a low C or upper D. The items I think are an A, and she's an S or an F. So maybe mid C would be fair for her.
Yeah.
So not great, but you know what are you gonna do? Who do we have next? Etoile, the little sheep. As far as the character goes, I think for a sheep, she's good. I think I would say she's a B, and her items are really good. So I would say Etoile is a solid B overall. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good placement for him.
What about Chai? Chai has super cool stuff. Her items are super, super cool. The cinnamon roll stuff is pretty rad. I don't like that she has a cup on her head. I know some people just love that. To me, that's a slight downgrade. The items are so good though. I would say upper C
Yeah, upper
for
C,
Chai.
B, maybe.
Yeah, makes the most sense to me. Next, Chelsea. The deer are strong, and I think she's actually cute. Items are good, obviously. I would say upper C for Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
Who does that leave? Toby. Toby's items are an S plus, in my opinion. And Toby is not bad. Like I think Toby's kind of cute. I would say Toby is a solid high B for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
And that leaves us with Marty. Marty as a standalone character to me is an S plus. Like he's right there with all of the S tiers. The butt rug and the butt on his shirt is it just doesn't make any sense. So to me that's got to drop him down just a little. But he does have that super cool pudding thing, the food item. Like I think he's still an A. To me, Marty is still an A.
Yeah, he was a good amiibo.
Yeah. All right, guys. I know this video got pretty long. We tried to go as fast as possible. Let us know in the comments what you think, who you agree with, who you disagree with. Logan, is there anybody you strongly disagree with on the list?
Well, I haven't had many encounters with many villagers, but the ones that I did have encounters with, I definitely put my input into.
Yep. So let us know what you guys think. We have a lot of stuff upcoming. We've got some building and decorating on Dorito Den and on Mission 22. We will have a stream Wednesday. So look forward to that. There will be some Sanrio item giveaways on our next stream. So if you guys are looking to get your hands on some of those items, make sure you tune in. As usual, we'd like to thank all the people that let us post our content in their Discord. CJ Ram, Mayor Mori Crossing, Nintendo Talk, Froggy Crossing, Tiger, Sienna Crossing. You guys are all amazing. Thank you guys so much. We'd like to thank all of you guys. We're almost to 40 subs. We couldn't do it without you guys. We're having a blast, and hopefully you guys are liking it. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you for tuning in. I made a mistake earlier in the video. It's Perry the Platypus, not Phineas or Ferb. Just a correction.